Hi there, this is Dawn Clavasol with Stress Free Bookkeeping. This is our weekly broadcast of Stress Free Bookkeeping TV. And so I usually pop on here around 9:45 on Thursdays, so you know when to expect me. If you have any questions earlier in the week, you can go ahead and submit those so that I can come on and have an answer for you. So make sure that you do that. And I'm experimenting with my lighting today, so I don't know. You guys can let me know. Is this too bright? What's going on? A little behind the scenes, I'm currently working in our laundry room. And it's not that I was forced to do this. I actually thought it might be a good idea. We have one of those laundry rooms that's pretty big, and it has a desk in here, like a built-in thing. And it's fine for when I'm working. It's great because I can shut the door and I don't hear the kids. The only problem that I'm having now that I'm doing the broadcast, it's really dark in here. It may even be a bit echoey, hopefully not. I do have a microphone, a separate microphone, so hopefully that comes through. But let me know if it's too bright. I did get a desk for out in the area where it has more natural light. I just haven't finished setting that up so that I can broadcast. But let me know, is this working? Is it not working? Further back, closer? I don't know. Let me know what you think. So today I wanted to talk to you guys about something that I was discussing yesterday during a presentation that I was making for the Chamber of Commerce. So I have these 5 steps. We're going to make your bookkeeping effortless. And I was presenting those yesterday. And then during that conversation, there's an account in QuickBooks, in Accounting Suite, in all of the different programs that's so important to use correctly. And you may have found this in your business, but we'll see. So it's an undeposited funds account. When you are using the accounting software, they often will tell you, oh, it's really simple, easy to use, straightforward, and it can be, but if it can't, and there's moments when it's not, though. So sometimes something as simple as you're filling out a sales receipt and it says deposit to, and you go, oh, the bank account. I'm depositing to the bank account, right? Which you are. So you choose that account and you finish the sales receipt. And then, you continue during the day, you have 4 or 5 more sales that you enter sales receipts and deposit to the bank account, right? Okay, so you do that. And then come to find out when you go to reconcile your bank statement, nothing makes sense. And the reason that is that you're depositing each and every single sale directly into the bank account register. And what's happening in most cases, most people don't take their checks over to the bank and then deposit them one by one. I do recommend that you group like checks together. So if you have a certain service that you offer, maybe if you offer like 5 different services, I would group the deposits for each service in a separate thing. But for the most part, we're not depositing this check, then this check, then this check. It could take forever, right? So we don't usually do things that way. So when you are using that deposit to field, whether it's on a sales receipt or in the receive payment section of your invoicing, you are choosing deposit to bank. That's not doing what you really want it to do. So when you're receiving that payment, whether, like I said, you're receiving payment on an invoice or someone's paid you and you're just making a sales receipt inside of your accounting software, you really want to make sure that you're choosing the deposit to account as undeposited funds. So the undeposited funds is what we would call a holding account. So I really would liken that to an envelope. So you've got all your checks in an envelope on your desk. You haven't gone to the bank yet. That is undeposited funds. When you go to the bank, then you can go ahead and deposit it in one sum, but then you need to make sure that your accounting record reflects exactly what you were doing at the bank. So, if you had 5 checks that you did to this at one deposit, you did another 5, another deposit, you need to make sure that those are deposited separately inside of your accounting system as well. Well, how do you do that? You thought, hey, I entered, it was going to this account. Why doesn't it just put it in there? Well, and that's where it comes into simple, but not where you wouldn't need to know another step. So it seems straightforward, but there's other steps to just help you keep your records in order so that if you were to get audited, you have everything matches exactly what's happening at the bank. So that's really the ideal situation. You want to make sure that that's happening. So in your accounting software, there's going to be some sort of function. In QuickBooks, you press the little plus icon and then you choose make deposits. And then will pull up an entire list of all of the items that need to be deposited. And again, that's assuming that you're using the undeposited funds correctly. So once you hit, okay, want all these sales to go into undeposited funds, that puts them in a holding account. It doesn't post to your bank. It's just the money sitting there waiting for you to tell QuickBooks how is this deposited. And one of the reasons why it's really important to do it this way by using the make deposits window is sometimes you have a check that's not a sale that comes back. It could be a refund. It could be someone paying you for something that was just miscellaneous. And your make deposits field is going to give you that opportunity to take a step back. Oh, look at what you did for your deposit. Say, oh, this one's obviously not going to be an invoice or a sales receipt. Let's go ahead and there's a line item inside of there, that form that you can fill out. You can put, who the source of the money, what account it should be credited to, and the amount to make sure that your deposit matches. I see it a lot of times where I go into a client's account and they usually let me do the deposit part because it just makes more sense. But where I'm looking and I'm like, okay, well, I have all of these sales receipts and payments, but I'm missing $12. And so we look it up and okay, there was a $12 refund for something, or anyway, it just keeps your records a lot cleaner if you're using the undeposited funds, because again, you want to reflect exactly what's happening at the bank in your records. So if you have any questions about that, you can join the Stress-Free Bookkeeping Social Club. It is our Facebook group for answering questions for you and anything that's going on that might be bothering you in your books that you just can't figure out. Instead of turning to the internet, trying to figure it out on your own, jump in there, ask a question. You can still do research on your own, but I know that for me, I can get really frustrated if I'm looking at so many different sources. And, in particular, the one that comes to mind is like software to do broadcasts like this or to do webinars. Oh my gosh, I went absolutely crazy trying to find something because it felt like every time I turned around, not only was it more money going out to whatever that program was with their monthly fee, then I had to learn the program too. So I'm trying to cut that down for you so that you don't have that happening to you. So thank you so much for joining me today. And if you're catching this on the replay, go ahead and ask your questions down below. I'll get a notification that you replied and I can get you an answer. So thank you so much for joining me today. It's really nice to be able to chat with you guys like this, and have a great week.